So this right here is bar none one of the most fascinating artifacts that I have personally come across in recent weeks, possibly ever. The Shroud of Turin, also known as the Holy Shroud, is said by many and attempted to be debunked by others, the actual burial cloth of the man, the way, the light, Jesus of Nazareth. This miraculous piece of linen is 14 feet long. On it is the faint image of a muscular-built man, complete with beard, stash, and long parted hair, after a most brutal Roman crucifixion. It is where science and spirituality refuse to contradict each other, but rather coincide with one another. It has been at the helm of scientific and scholarly debate for centuries, meticulously studied, carefully examined, and faithfully theorized by the brightest minds of our past, now present, and unforeseeable future. The relic's documented history originates back in the 1300s in north-central France, and it was first denounced as a fake by Bishop Pierre d'Arcis in 1389, then later publicly scrutinized by Protestant theologian John Calvin in 1543. Interestingly, in 1532, the shroud was damaged by fire in the chapel of Chambéry, when molten silver passed through the then folded cloth, leaving symmetrical holes in an unfolded shroud. Incredibly, the actual image areas came out unscathed hardly at all. This would not be the first incident to attempt the jeopardy of the shroud. All in all, this historical piece of cloth has been through some shit. It's a wonder that it still remains to this day. And in 1983, the Shroud of Turin would eventually find its way to, yes, you guessed it, the Vatican, at the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in Turin, Italy. After carbon dating the shroud in 1988, 3 separate labs determined that the samples tested resulted in a date range between 1260 and 1390 AD, obviously well after the resurrection of JC. Now, these studies do remain a point of contention today due to contamination and the potential for inaccuracies in the dating method. This has passed through many hands, and it was 37 years ago. Science has evolved. One of the most intriguing facts about the Shroud of Turin is that even in today's technology, they still cannot determine or even replicate what it was that left the imprint on it. Many claim that it appears to be a thin layer in the fibers that constitutes to a very quick flash of light. But this is not the only intriguing thing about it. After Vernon Miller's mysterious photo of the shroud, Dr. John Campbell referred to it as a photographic negative on a non-photosensitive linen cloth, well before its time. Along with this, the image actually contains 3-dimensional data, which was discovered in 1978 using NASA's 3D imaging technology. The image also clearly shows the unimaginable injuries that correlate with the exact crucifixion of Jesus, including the historical accounts of the Roman practice, like that of driving nails through the wrist, wearing a crown of thorns, and a wound on his right side, where he was pierced just as scripture depicts, as well as bruising from falling due to the weight of his cross. Whether you're a believer or not, this artifact and relic is an absolute alluring piece of history. And I will tell you this, I pay attention to almost everything. And after decades of immoral bullshit being shoved in our faces, I see a lot of folks walking his way.